Good morning, students. Today we will be completing our exercise 7.5. Till 15 we have discussed, and now we will start with sum number 16. In sum number 16, if you notice, the denominator one term is x and the other is x raised to power n plus 1. So here the terms are not having the like powers, right? So even it is not quadratic also, which can't be solved. So n is there. So what we will do, we will make this term also with the same power. Okay, so for that what we will do here, we will multiply and divide the integrand by x raised to power n minus 1, because x into x raised to power n minus 1, we will get x power n only. So our integral will become here x raised to power n minus 1 divided by x raised to power n into x raised to power n plus 1 dx. Now all the like powers are there, and if you notice one more thing here, the numerator is actually the derivative of denominator x raised to power n term. So what we will do, we will make the substitution. We will put x raised to power n as y. That means when I differentiate both sides, I will get power in front, reduce the power by 1 into dx equals to dy. Okay, so our integral, what the integral will become, this x raised to power n into dx, it will become dy upon n, 1 by n we can write outside, and wherever x raised to power n is there, we will substitute as y. So y into y plus 1. Now we are getting here two linear factors in the denominator. So by the concept of partial fractions, first of all we will be considering our integrand. It is 1 upon y into y plus 1. We will equate it as a upon y plus b upon y plus 1. That is the very first form of partial fractions. And when we solve it, what we will get, 1 equals to a into y plus 1 plus b into y. Now definitely we will be comparing the coefficients. So first of all, let us club the terms, a plus b into y, and this a is as such, left hand side is 1 only. So when we compare the coefficients, comparing the coefficients, what we are getting, constant when we compare, straightforward we are getting the answer. Constant when we are comparing, 1 is equals to a. So the value of a is 1, and when we compare the coefficient of y, left hand side there is no term containing y, so it is 0 equals to a plus b. The a value is calculated, which implies the value of b will be minus 1. Both the values are calculated. So our integral, what our integral will become, so I will become equals to this 1 by n is constant, and this whole integrand will get replaced into this. A and b values are calculated. So the value of a is 1 upon y. The value of b is minus 1. So minus sign we can write down here, minus 1 upon y plus 1 dy. And everybody knows the integral of 1 upon y with respect to y will be log y, and integral of 1 upon y plus 1 will be log of y plus 1. So on the same page I am going to end it. So this will be log y minus log of y plus 1 plus constant of integration, and the value of y, yes, we have to put the value of y. What is the value of y? The value of y is x raised to power n. That when we substitute, now this is log m minus log n, it can be written as log m by n. So here if I draw the line and I continue my sum here, so I will become equals to 1 by n into log of y upon y plus 1 plus constant of integration, which is equals to 1 by n into log of x raised to power n upon x raised to power n plus 1 plus constant of integration will be our answer. So this is how we will do sum number 16. I'm repeating, we are having here the denominator x raised to power n and one term is x only, so this term x also we will make as x raised to power n. So we are multiplying and dividing by one power less term, that is x raised to power n minus 1, and then we are getting this same form. We are putting x raised to power n as y, then applying the concept of partial fractions. This is your sum number 16. Similarly, you people have one more sum. It is sum number 20. Sum number 20 is exactly same, where sum number 20, if I write down here itself, that sum number 20 you have integral dx upon x and x raised to power 4 minus 1. Instead of n we have 4. Okay, so what we will do, we will multiply and divide here by x cube, and when I make the substitution x cube, 4x cube will be the derivative of x raised to power 4. So same method we will apply in sum number 20. I hope you people will be able to do sum number 20 also. And now we will I will give you the sum number 17. I have given the hint earlier also, like in sum number 17, if we put sin x as y or t, the numerator cos x dx will become dy, and the whole function will get converted into the partial form, like we will have here first of all dy upon 1 minus y, 2 minus y. Okay, and then you will use the very first form of partial fraction and you will be able to do the sum, right? And now we will discuss the next sum, that is sum number 18. In sum number 18, okay, first of all let us write down the statement. It is x square plus 1, x square plus 2 divided by x square plus 3 into x square plus 4 dx. This is our integral. Now here what we are having, first of all, the degree of numerator and degree of denominator both are same. Okay, that means this is not proper rational function. One thing is here we have to convert it into proper rational function by dividing. Okay, the next thing is here, if I multiply, I am getting the power 4 in the numerator, power 4 in the denominator. But here, in order to solve it in the simple way or to make our calculations simple, what we can do here, whatever integrand is there, if I convert my whole integrand first of all into terms of some other variable, it can be y or it can be t, right? And when I convert it into the other variable, with the same other variable, first of all I will convert it into proper rational function and then I will convert it into partial fractions. Okay, once I have been converted it into the partial fractions to calculate the values of constants a and b, because only two denominators are there, two terms are there in the denominator. So after getting the values of constants a and b, we will substitute back the value of that second variable, if it is y or t, as x square, and then we will do the integration. Okay, this is I am explaining verbally, but now let me show you what we are going to do. So we will consider here first of all the integrand. What is the integrand? X square plus 1, x square plus 2 divided by x square plus 3 into x square plus 4, and we will take here let x square as y. Okay, therefore our integrand, it will become x square plus 1, x square plus 2 divided by x square plus 3, x square plus 4. We are just changing the variable, square term we are just changing into the linear variable, and once our calculations are done, we will substitute back the value of y, which is x square. Okay, so yes, here it is done. Now it is quadratic in the numerator, quadratic in the denominator, and when I simplify this quadratic, what we are getting here, y square plus 3y plus 2 divided by y square plus 7y plus 12. Definitely it is not proper rational function, it is improper, so we have to simplify it first of all. So what we are going to do, I am going to show you the division. It is y square plus 3y plus 2, we are dividing it with y square plus 7y plus 12. Y square, so the first term, the quotient will be 1. So when we are doing y square, it will be 7y plus 12. Changing the sign, this term will get cancelled. Minus 7 plus 3 minus 4y, minus 12 plus 2 minus 10. So it has been simplified. So this I have done for you people. So this thing further we will write it as, it will be 1 minus sign, if I take common, it will be 4y plus 10 divided by the same denominator, that is y plus 3, y plus 4. Either you write down this quadratic, and this quadratic is nothing else but actually the product of these two terms. So directly I have written these two terms here. So now our function has been converted into proper rational function. Okay, so what we are getting here, so here our integral will become equal to, or not integral, integrand. So here our integrand has become 1 minus 4y plus 10 divided by y plus 3 into y plus 4. Now what is the next thing? The next step is we have to take this rational function and we will convert it into partial fractions. So the next step we will take here, consider 4y plus 10 divided by y plus 3 into y plus 4 equals to a upon y plus 3, because both the factors are linear factors. So it will be a upon first linear factor plus b upon second linear factor, and when we are solving it we will get here 4y plus 10 is equals to a into y plus 4 plus b into y plus 3. Now remember, till now I have told you one method. We will simplify it, equate the coefficients, and you are getting the values of a and b. One more easy trick is there, but that trick we will apply only when we have linear factors in the denominator. Remember, when we have linear factors here, a upon linear factor plus b upon linear factor plus c upon linear factor, like that, then what we will do here, if I compare the first linear factor y plus 3 equal to 0, the value of y is coming minus 3. And here, if I put y plus 4 equals to 0, the value of y is coming here minus 4. So one by one, I will put the value of y first of all as minus 3. And then what will happen? One constant will vanish and the other constant value we are getting. Or then the next time I will put y as minus 4, and then I will be getting the value of second constant. This is the small trick only, but if you are not getting it, you people can go by the same method, comparing the coefficients on both sides, and then we can get the values of a and b. Answer will be same in both the methods. So here I am repeating, I have here, one is by putting y plus 3 equals to 0, the value of y is 1 minus 3. The second value of y I am getting minus 4. So what I will do here, first of all I will put y as minus 4. If I put y as minus 4, both sides, if I am putting, then I have to put on both sides. So what I will get here, 4 into minus 4, it will be minus 16 plus 10. Now if I put minus 4 here, it will be a into 0. And b here minus 4 plus 3. So what we are getting, the value of b, minus b is equals to minus 6. The value of b will be 6. Okay, and now we will put here y equals to 3. If I put y equals to, not 3, minus 3, right? Then minus 3 if I put here, it will be minus 12 plus 10 equals to a into minus 3 plus 4, and b into minus 3 plus 3, it will become 0. So this is minus 2 is equals to a. So the value of a will be minus 2. Both the constants are calculated. So if you find this method easy, you can go by this. Otherwise, comparing the coefficients method is always there. We can go by that method. Answer will be same in both. Now, we have to put these values of a and b where? Here, a will be minus 2, b is 6. And what is this? This is the for this thing, that means for 4y plus 10, this function will get replaced by the sum of these two partial fractions. Okay, so let me take you to the next page with all these things. Okay, I have written all the terms here. Integrand, earlier the very first integrand was this. We replaced x square by y. We got this thing, and then we converted this improper partial rational function into the proper rational function, and one is easy to integrate, that is why we didn't consider it. We are taking 4y plus 10 upon this term, and when we are writing it as sum of partial fractions a upon first linear factor plus b upon second linear factor, just now we have calculated the values of a and b. I have put those values. Now our integrand then, so our integrand is becoming 1 minus 2 upon y plus 3 plus 6 upon y plus 4. So our integral, now go back to the integral. Now what we are going to do, because we changed our integrand from x square to y form, so we will now, once all the calculations are done, the integrand has been simplified, converted into partial fractions, what we are going to do, we will substitute back the value of y. So here if we can write down where y is actually x square. Now we will substitute the whole thing in terms of x square, and we are writing our original integral in terms of this. So integral will become 1 minus plus 2 upon y value is x square plus 3 minus 6 upon x square plus 4 dx. Now we are going to do the integration. The integral of 1 with respect to x is x, plus 2 is constant, integral dx upon x square plus 3 minus 6 constant dx upon x square plus 4. Now we have our formula. If you remember in the previous exercise, the integral of dx upon x square plus a square, this is 1 by a tan inverse x by a plus constant. So x square plus a square, that means root 3 square, x square plus a square, that means x square plus 2 square. Here a is root 3, here a is 2. So this formula will get applied in both the integrals, and we are getting x plus 2, 1 by a, that means 1 by root 3 tan inverse x by root 3, then minus 6, 1 by a, that is 1 by 2 tan inverse x by a, that is x by 2, plus constant of integration. So this will become minus 3, this will become 2 by root 3 only, and this is how our answer is there. Okay, now here I have changed my whole integrand in terms of y just to make the calculation part easy. If you don't want to do that, you can keep x square as such, multiply the numerator denominator here, x raised to power 4 plus 2x square plus 2 and x raised to power 4 plus 7x square plus 12, same way. Okay, and then convert it into proper rational function by division as we did in terms of y. Same you will do in terms of x square form, and then convert it into partial fractions. It is your choice. But if you go by this method, because we are familiar with in dealing with the y's, means linear thing, then you will find it easy once you convert the whole integrand in terms of y just for calculation part. And once calculation is done, once a constants are calculated, you can go by the other this method only. That means we will substitute back the value of y before integration. Okay, now we will discuss sum number 19. Sum number 19 also, if you notice, it is very easy sum. So let me take you to the sum number 19. Okay, so here if you notice, we have 2x divided by x square plus 1, x square plus 3, and 2x and x square, we know the derivative of x square is 2x only. So what is the thing? I am just giving you the hint, you people will be able to do the sum. We will put here x square as y, and when we differentiate both sides, we will get 2x dx as dy. So our whole integral will become dy upon y plus 1 and y plus 3. Same way you will take the integrand 1 upon y plus 1 y plus 3. So you will convert it into partial fractions 1 upon y plus 1 y plus 3, as it will be written as a upon y plus 1 plus b upon y plus 3. So once you solve it, getting the values of a and b, the integral will get changed into sum of partial fractions. Integrate, definitely log of this plus log of y plus 1 and log of y plus 3 will come. Constants will either, if they are having plus sign, minus sign, accordingly plus minus sign will come. And once the integration is done, we will substitute back what is y, it is x square. So the answer will be in terms of x only. Sum number 20, already I have told you what you people have to do. Sum number 21, it is again we are having 1 upon e raised to power x minus 1 dx. Now here e raised to power x is there, and we know very well that e raised to power x function, it does not change under differentiation, under integration. So, and we are having only one term e raised to power x, so we will convert it into first of all some linear variable. So for that, what you people will do, we will put e raised to power x as y, and when we differentiate both sides with respect to x, we will get e raised to power x dx is equals to dy. That means dx value we will get 1 upon e raised to power x as dy into dy, and e raised to power x is nothing else but it is 1 upon y dy. Okay, so our integral will become, the value of dx is 1 upon y dy, and in place of e raised to power x we have y minus 1. Okay, I'm repeating, since there is only one e raised to power x minus 1 and e raised to power x is in the denominator, we don't know the integration of this thing, so we are going to make the substitution. We will put e raised to power x as y. So e raised to power x dx will become dy, and the value of dx will become 1 upon y dy. So our integral has become this. Once again, 1 upon y into y minus 1. Okay, so once again what you will do, you will consider 1 upon y into y minus 1 as a upon y plus b upon y minus 1. Solve it, get the values of a and b. After integration, in terms of y, definitely again it will be log y minus 1, plus minus sign according to the values of a and b will come, and after integration you will put back the value of y, that is e raised to power x. Okay, so this is your sum number 21. 22, same way you people will do, and 23 also. 23 is you are having x into x square plus 1 in the denominator. X square plus 1, the quadratic which can't be factorized. Okay, so you will use the form which we have done in sum number I'm sorry, which we have done in one sum we have done earlier, sum number 13. The same way you people will do sum number 23. So with this, the exercise is over. You people must finish this exercise 7.5, and in the next class we will be learning the new method in integration. Okay, thank you students, keep doing maths.